Hey folks, Adam here. We've got a very interesting and fulfilling video for you today at 911 Studios. So today we're going to introduce you to Yoshino's solid state battery technology. We're going to do some performance tests and we're going to help you understand some advances in solid state batteries in their safety and performance, and we're going to compare them to LiFePO4 batteries. Let's go ahead, we're going to check it out. We're going to kick it off right about now. So first, let's go ahead and talk about our trip to the lab itself. Amy and I traveled just north of Atlanta, Georgia, to Jacksonville, Georgia, where an independent lab tested the solid-state drives from Yoshino versus the competitors. And it was really impressive to see how well the solid-state drives performed. Now, first they did a heat test because Yoshino and their solid-state drives are able to withstand 30 minutes at 150 degrees Celsius. That's over 300 degrees Fahrenheit. So it was interesting to see as they tested the Yoshino solid state batteries. Well, guess what? It passed with flying colors. Now, the competitors' lithium batteries, well, they had thermal escape very quickly. In fact, they kind of exploded in on themselves. And that is very scary to think about. Because you know what? Batteries can be used pretty much anywhere, on a boat, on a plane, and if you want your family's safety, well, guess what? You want something that can withstand both cold and heat, and that's where Yoshino shines. In addition, we did a nail puncture test. Now that nail puncture test is exactly what it sounds like. They drive a nail through each of the batteries to see if there's thermal escape, thermal runaway, or if there's an explosion or anything like that. Well, our engineers that administered the test for us were really impressed with Yoshino. They passed the test with flying colors, putting a nail right through it with practically zero thermal runaway. Now think about that. If you have a power station, a battery, anything like that, and it gets punctured, do you want that to catch on fire, reaching temperatures up to 900 degrees Celsius? Heck no. And that's where Yoshino shined compared to the competitors. That solid state battery offered us a whole bunch of safety protections where we didn't have to worry about that heat getting everywhere. All right, folks, so some of the advantages of these solid state batteries is that they deliver performance and power even in extreme cold conditions. I'm talking -4 Fahrenheit, that's -20 degrees Celsius, in comparison to those LiFePO4 batteries and the NCM batteries, which really become unstable at 0 degrees Celsius. So the fact that we can use them in cold temperatures really makes a difference. If you're out camping, if you're in northern Michigan, Montana, Canada, anywhere in the northern tier, well, guess what? You're able to use these batteries even in the coldest of conditions. Of course, Yoshino's solid-state batteries are up to twice as efficient in terms of energy density compared to LiFePO4 batteries. That means they're more easily portable, you can store them easy, and they're not taking up nearly as much space. So being space efficient and compact is a huge advantage with these solid-state batteries. Now, one of the biggest takeaways is the safety testing at up to 150 degrees Celsius. Now, you can store for up to 30 minutes at 150 degrees Celsius. That's 302 degrees Fahrenheit. Compared to LiFePO4 and other lithium batteries, they can catch fire and even explode at such temperatures. So we have something that's safe even at the hottest of hots or the coldest of colds. So folks, in the industry, one of the things they look at is the number of cycles that you can recharge your battery up to at least 80%. Now with those NCM lithium batteries, you're probably getting 500 cycles. Others may get 800 to 1,000, where these Yoshino batteries, we're talking 4,000 plus cycles. That is an incredible improvement on previous technology. So if you're trying to get more bang for your buck, being able to use these for years and years and years, that makes a real difference. So folks, what's the bottom line? In my opinion, they're making a great battery. The solid-state battery technology is surpassing the competition. In fact, it is really, really impressive to see. All of the testers and the lab experts, the engineers at our testing facility were blown away with the overall performance, particularly with no thermal runaway. With that nail puncture test, they were just blown away, and so were we. So if you're looking for a great solid-state battery, if you're looking for a great battery, great technology, and safety, this is the brand for you. Now, if you think about that, some lithium batteries can burn at 900 degrees Celsius. That's enough to burn a hole right through an airplane or a boat. So you want to make sure that they have all of the thermal protection that they need to make sure that never happens and there's never a catastrophic event. So sticking with a high-quality brand like this, with practically a zero defect rate and the ability to keep you and your family safe at any temperature, that matters. Performance matters, but safety matters as well. And they've got this in droves. So folks, I highly recommend this brand. Their solid-state batteries are fantastic, great engineers, great customer service, great quality, and a price that won't break the bank. My name is Adam. I had a great time visiting the facilities in Georgia. Thank you so much for joining us, but it's time to go ahead and pick this up and put it in your cart. We hope this was educational and a whole lot of fun. We had a great time and we hope you did too. Thanks for watching. Adios, amigos.